Hello everyone, this is Mudra Surve and today we are going to start with our new unit, that is field effect transistor, in our subject basic electronics. Basic electronics is a subject for first year computer second sem. So, and in earlier chapter we have seen bipolar junction transistor. In each chapter we have seen that what is transistor. So now tell me what is transistor. So transistor is a semiconductor device used to amplify or switch the signal, or we can say power. Okay, so it is used as an amplifier or as a switch. So now next is field effect transistor. So field effect transistor it is also one of the type of transistor where the output current is controlled by in field effect transistor the output current is controlled by an electric field. So we can also called it as a unipolar transistor, as it involves single carrier type operation. Okay, why we call it as a unipolar transistor? Because a single carrier is used to use for this field effect transistor operation. Okay, so we can call it as a unipolar transistor. FET is a three-terminal semiconductor device having terminals source, drain and gate. As in BJT we have seen that BJT also having three terminals, that is first is emitter, base and collector. So in terms of FET it also having three terminal, first is source, drain and gate. The charge carriers are electron or holes which flow from source to drain through an active channel. Okay, so in FET the charge carriers are electron which flow from source to drain, have an active channel. This flow of electrons from source to drain is controlled by the voltage applied across to the gate to source terminal. So this is when we see the operation of the FET, that time we will understand this. So yes, this is nothing but your FET. The next topic is types of FET. Okay, so type of field effect transistor. So FET have two types. First one is JFET and second one is MOSFET. So JFET stands for junction field effect transistor and MOSFET stands for metal oxide field effect transistor. The junction FET transistor is a type of field effect transistor that can be used as a electrically controlled switch. The electric energy flows through an active channel between source to drain terminal by applying reverse bias voltage to gate terminal. This channel is strained so the electric current is switched off completely. So this is nothing but your JFET. Okay, and the JFET transistor is available in two polarity. So JFET it's available in two polarity, depends on N channel JFET and P channel JFET. Okay. JFET is shortened for junction field effect transistor. It's a three-terminal semiconductor device as we see. So the current conduction take place, as we called it as a unipolar device. So current conduction will take place only because of a single carrier. So that's why we can call it as a unipolar transistor. So now next is what is the construction of JFET. So this image shows the construction of JFET. As we said, there is a three terminals. So this is drain, gate, middle one is gate and this one is source. So this gate terminal is combined, okay, to form a single gate terminal. Then these are the N channel and N region and P region. So for construction, N channel JFET and N type of semiconductor substrate is taken. Okay, so first what we have take, that is N channel semiconductor substrate is taken over the N type bar. Then small P type of silicon bars are diffused in it. Okay, so this one is a N type bar and in the N type bar small P type bars are diffused. After the diffusion of the P type material over the N type material, the leftover region in a substrate is called as a channel. So when the P channel material is diffused on a N channel material, that time the region is formed. So we can call it as a channel through which majority charge carriers flow. Okay, so this is nothing but the channel through which the majority charge carriers are flow. So once your channel is formed, then the metallization of both the ends of channel is performed in order to form the source and drain terminal. So once your channel get formed, that time the metallization of both ends of the channel is performed in order to form the source and drain terminals. Also, the two diffuse silicon bar that from the PN junction in the channel are connected together so as to form the gate terminal of the structure. So what they are say, two diffuse silicon bars of P types, okay, form PN junction in channels to connect together. They form the gate terminal. So this is the P and this one is also P. So by connecting two, we can form gate terminal. So now how JFET works, or what is the exact principle behind the working of JFET. So there are three conditions, we can say that. So first condition is when no external potential is provided. Okay, so when there is no external potential is provided, this is your first condition. What is mean by this? That gate to drain means these terminals also having no voltage. So VGS and VDS means gate to source. Okay, this is your gate to source junction and this is your drain to source junction. So it's having zero voltage, or we can say potential. So this is your first condition. So in this case, the two PN junction will have depletion region of the same thickness. So when there is no external potential, that time the PN junction will have same depletion region. This is nothing but your depletion regions. So when there is no external voltage, the depletion region have same thickness. So because of the temperature variation in majority charge carriers, or we can say in JFET, there is a electrons are majority carriers because this is n-channel JFET. So due to the temperature variation of the majority charge carriers or electron, they were moving from source to drain. Okay, so because of the temperature variation of majority charge carriers, it will move from source to drain terminal. That means in this direction. Okay, so they will move in this direction from source to drain. Due to this, conduction take place in the direction from drain to source. So as electrons, or we can say majority charge carriers are moving from source to drain, so there is a conduction take place in the direction from a drain to source. Means if your electrons were moving from this direction, then the conduction will take place in this direction, is in opposite direction. Okay, so that is opposite to the direction of flow of carriers. As your carriers are moving from source to drain, then your conduction will take place from drain to source. Hence the current is termed as a drain current. So we can call this current as a drain current. That is nothing but your ID. Okay, so this is your first case. Then case number 2. When a small voltage is provided between gate to source terminal. So first case is there is no voltage. Second case is a small voltage provided between gate to source. Means this between gate and source there is a small voltage is provided. That means VGS is not equal to 0. So in this condition, what happened? When the small reverse potential is provided between gate to source terminal, then reverse voltage increase the depletion width of the PN junction. Okay, so as there is a reverse voltage, because P-type bar having negative potential and source having positive potential, it means the reverse voltage is applied. So when there is a small reverse potential is applied between gate to source, that time what happened? Because of this reverse voltage, there is a depletion width of the PN junction increases. Also we know N channel exhibits in resistive nature, so the voltage drop is noticed in the channel. Okay, so there is a voltage drop in channel. This is due to the current flowing between the terminals drain to source. So due to this voltage drop, the two junction becomes more reverse bias. Okay, so as there is a voltage drop, the two junction, this PN junction become more reverse bias, and it will cause the depletion region to increase more. Due to the increase in the depletion width, the channel region of the flow of electron gets reduced. Okay, so as the depletion region increase, there is a small space for electron to move from source to drain. So the as the depletion width is increased, so flow of electron get reduced. The result in the reduction in the current flowing from drain to source. So because of this, the current will also reduce. Okay, so this is our case 2. Now what is case 3? When high gate to source reverse potential is applied. So third case is when high gate to source voltage is applied, means VGS is equal to VP. So it is your high gate to source voltage. So in this case what happened? Due to the high reverse gate source voltage, the depletion region will increase more. So this is your depletion region. Okay, the size of depletion region will increase more. So at higher gate of, at a certain point when your gate to source voltage is high, so the depletion layer meet each other. Okay, so this is one condition. When you are increasing the gate to source voltage more, that time your depletion region meet each other. So this will lead to completely blocking the region. So therefore what happened, as your two depletion regions are meet each other, that's why there is no space for charge carriers to move from source to drain. Okay, so there is no place for electron to move from source to drain. So because of this, the current flowing from drain to source is completely cut off. Okay, because there is no space for electron to move, so there is current is also 0. So we can say that ID is equal to 0. So at this point we can say that pinch off voltage. Okay, the voltage, that means your VGS at certain point, when your voltage is totally stop the conduction through the device, so that point we can call it as a pinch off voltage. Okay, it is nothing but your concept of pinch off voltage. Now what are the advantages of JFET? A junction field effect transistor produce less noise during operation, as only majority charge carriers are responsible for the conduction. Okay, this is one advantage, that junction field effect transistor produce less noise because only majority carriers responsible for the conduction. A JFET consumes less power during operation. During the operation it will consume less power. Then third one is, as it is a small size device and occupies less space. Okay, the size is small, so less space will occupy. It offers large input impedance. So these are the advantages of JFET. Then now what are the disadvantages? So it produce gain bandwidth is small in case of JFET. The product of gain to the bandwidth is small in case of JFET. The JFET cost is high. The small device sometimes causes difficulty in handling. Okay, so it's also sometimes cause difficulty in handling. Now next is application of JFET. So as we seen, the BJT is used as an amplifier or switch. Okay, so the JFET transistor is used in op-amp. So op-amp is nothing but your operational amplifier. So it is used as a voltage control device. It finds application as a voltage variable resistor in operational amplifier. Then in RF amplifier, so RF is nothing but radio frequency amplifier. So the noise generation level of JFET is very low as compared to the other electronic devices. So JFET will generate very low noise. So because of this, it is used in RF amplifier. Then in switching circuit, as the current through the device depends on the gate applied and voltage in case of the FET, thus this used in a switching application. Okay. Next is in digital circuit. The small structure of the device permits its use in a digital circuit. As JFET is smallest size, so because of this advantages, it will also use in a digital circuit. Okay, so these are some advantages, disadvantages and application of JFET. Now next we will see the types of JFET, then what are the classification. So we will see in the next video. Thank you.